Alright, if there's one thing we take away from this whole video, it's that the Celestial Stone Shop is refreshing soon, and you might want to keep a couple things in mind. Let's do that.
Let the lesson begin.
What's up guys, Akariss here, bringing you another Fire Emblem Heroes video. Today's video is more of a news update kind of discussion video. There's a couple of things that are quite interesting with literally just this screen that is worth discussing on this video, and hopefully that might help you guys come to, I guess, smarter decisions or whatnot. Because I was looking at this like at first impression, I'm like, oh, it's just the Celestial Stone Shop is rotating, no big deal. We're just gonna get like basically the same stuff all over again. But there is something to keep in mind here that I'm going to try to go over throughout the whole video. So of course you may want to just watch the whole thing through and then keep in mind some actions you may want to take up until the next refresh. So with that being said, smash the like button, sub if you haven't already. Thank you guys, as always, it helps a lot. First thing I want to mention is my own scenario, so I can give you guys some context into how exactly this all plays out. So I actually have only sparked twice since the Stone Shop came out. That's honestly a bit of a surprise, but I guess that is what it is. I've only sparked twice, and I haven't even picked up that Forma Soul. It's only one redemption on the Forma Soul, so if you haven't redeemed it already, that could be worth considering, since maybe some of the holoforms have gone a bit better, and generally speaking, it's always nice to at least have one in your back pocket. I do not, actually, since I just redeemed Ashnard, so my scenario is a bit, like, nerve-wracking, put it simply. There's only 1 week left as of this video coming out for you to spark pretty much the only banner remaining, which is Ascended Fjord's banner, and get yourself another Celestial Stone. Now, if you haven't redeemed the Forma Soul, in my opinion, that's the best option. But that's not what we're going to tie into this video, although Forma Souls are important. What is very interesting in this update here is a couple little small details. Before we jump into what those details are, though, I want you to keep in mind the banners that already have a 40 summon Celestial Stone guarantee. Right now, as it stands in the game, that's basically just new heroes banners, legendary remixes, and I believe just like the occasional event type of stuff, like last year on Christmas when we had one. I don't think the Stone Shop was in at that time, but I'm assuming that happens again. And sometimes we have like 4 sparks available, which would have been like the CYL banners. So not too many opportunities to do so. It's about like 1 or 2 a month in which you can basically do a guaranteed hero redemption, and that brings with it Celestial Stones. I would say over the given span of a year, we get about like 20 to 30 of these if you were to spark every single banner where it's available. But that's not what's important here. So at the beginning of November, they're going to be refreshing all these redemptions. So you'll be able to get another Forma Soul, another 100 fruits, and redeem 1 stone for 100 flowers of your choosing. Now, what is very interesting is they're also adding Ether Stones, Sacred Coins, and Refining Stones. In my opinion, you should basically never redeem those things because they are just things in time. If you play enough and you compete for them, you actually play the game, you'll get enough of them to not worry about it. I'm up to like 4,000 on Refining Stones and coins. So if you just play enough, you'll eventually like surpass your need for them, so to speak. Ether Stones, again, it's okay, I guess, but you don't really need to max upgrade a lot of these buildings, so not that enticing. What is interesting here, though, is that they're increasing the amount of redemptions that you can do on Dragon Flowers from 6 to 20, and that is a very interesting detail because we literally cannot get that many Celestial Stones in the time frame from when it came out until now. And as you can see near the bottom here, it says the next time they're going to be refreshed is actually in May next year. Now, if that redemption period or that refresh period was extended to, let's say, like not half a year, but actually a year, then what I would have suspected is that this like upgrade from 6 to 20 times makes sense. However, that's not the case. And if I was to make a prediction on what I think is going to happen, either literally in the upcoming update or maybe in book 6 or anniversary time, is they are going to start adding more opportunities for you to get celestial stones. The most obvious thing that strikes me is probably seasonal banners might just become 40 summons and guarantee something. That's one way to look at it. Every single seasonal becomes one you can spark 40, like just whatever you want. So that would already bring up new heroes and seasonals every month, 2 of the new hero banners per month to 2 stones. Now, if you also factor in legendary remixes, that's potentially 2.5 because it's every other month. And finally, maybe they even extend it to legendaries and mythic banners, which would then bump it up to about 3 stones or about 3.5 stones a month. Now, in half a year's time span, that does bring it close to about 20 times of redemptions on dragon flowers. Remember, this is on every refresh. So I'm highly suspecting that we're about to get more avenues in obtaining these celestial stones. And if I'm drinking enough copium here, then it's probably going to be, hopefully, on seasonal banners, maybe legendary mythic banners, and guaranteeing those units. I would really hope for this to be the case, and that does make me pretty excited to think about. So, I don't know. At the end of the day, like, if you were to take one thing from this video, guys, just keep in mind your celestial stone count. Don't be worried about anything new, just about the refresh. If you haven't picked up the Forma Soul, do so. I think it's the best thing you can do. Flowers themselves, I don't really think they're worth your celestial stones, but if we do end up having more banners where we do end up with more celestial stones, then probably flowers are decent redemption, or maybe the trait fruits, who knows. Either way, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, because this is kind of a more interesting thing to think about. I'm personally gonna wait until like the last day for this stone shop to refresh, and maybe even consider myself whether I want to be sparking for Ascended Fjorm, just so I can get that Forma Soul. But I'm gonna wait as long as possible, and honestly it's very unlikely that I do so, but it's just something for me to consider. And yeah, I wanted to let you guys know that this is happening, that this is coming up, and what I think may very well happen. They also say that there's going to be potentially new items or different stuff on the rotation. That's when I think something like an Ascended Floret may very well show up in the next rotation, if they're like testing out this whole 40 summons, more stones given to the player base sort of thing. Either way, let me know what you guys think in the comment below. Am I really off base here, or do you think there's something to this? Comments. As always, smash the like button and sub if you haven't already. It always helps out my videos and helps me continue producing content. If you want to support it, the best way to do so is also the Patreon in the description below. Those of you that choose to do that, it really means a lot. Really, it does. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
It's over.